This is team info from Dr. Tim Richardson's Business Information course at the University of Toronto Scarborough campus. In this presentation, we'll be introducing to you what neural network is, what application does it have in business world, and what the limitations it has. So let's start. Throughout the history, humans have been known to copy things from nature's great creations and make an artificial version to benefit our daily lives. For example, we model airplanes after birds so we can fly. We model helicopters after dragonfly so now our flying machine can hover. We also created computers to our brains works, but soon we find out that our brains are so much more complex than computers. There are things that are called neurons in our brain, and there are millions of them all interconnected. And we call these connections of neurons the biological neural network. These neurons send electronic impulses to each other, which allow us to think and be conscious. To make our technology smarter and do more complex tasks like our brains, scientists decided to create an artificial neural network that is modeled after biological neural network that is inside of our brains. Here is a simple neural network. It consists of 3 layers: an input layer where it receives information, an output layer where it displays the processed information. Since we only get to interact with input and the output layers, we call the middle one the hidden layer, even though it does the most work. After a neural network is created, it needs to go through a very time-consuming learning process called backpropagation. During this process, a massive with predetermined output has to be put through the newly developed neural network one by one. The neural network then adjusts itself and learns to perform assigned tasks with more accuracy. It will become smarter with more data it obtains, just like a human brain. Now that you have the basic understanding of what a neural network is, let's talk about some of the applications that it has in modern business world. Neural network has been immensely applied into business information management, and it actively involved in 3 major areas: prediction, cost saving, and evaluation. Relevant information is what we rely on to predict future trends, and we apply neural network to transfer relevant information to facilitate our market prediction and decision making. Stock prediction. In stock market, within such volatile climate, work-rich investment successfully developed an investment portfolio which achieved an average advance of 33%. The secret to their success is they basically created an investment tool, WRRAT, based on Warren Buffett's insights and theories. Enter the variables that will potentially influence the value of stock or entire market. Use neural network to deduce the result and hence optimize their portfolio by using that result. And LBS software use neural network to predict S&P index, and they have achieved 95% accuracy in total. House prediction. Similarly, in housing market, Richard Ball successfully trained a neural network to appraise real estate in New York area. He incorporated 20 variables including square feet of living area, age, and so on, and used over 200 sales records to train neural network that ultimately generated results with 90% accuracy. Currency prediction. Another example to apply neural network into successful prediction is in the currency market. O'Sullivan Investment created an AI in finance. They train their neural network by asking the right questions, such as what the market is likely to take off, what's the GDP of that country, or how the economic indicator influence the currency. So the more variables they incorporated into a network, the better accuracy they will derive from it. The second major sector that neural network has been widely applied is in the cost-saving analysis. Microsoft expressed its gratification from the help given by neural network. Before applying neural network, each year Microsoft will send out hundreds of thousands of mails to their registered customers. The response rate is so low as you can see, but after they use neural network that was fed with various variables like how recently they registered, how many products they purchased. Therefore, they send mails to more targeted customers and it saved them 35% savings in related costs. Lastly, neural network brings good news to the bank. The banker don't need to use too many personal judgment to determine lenders' credibility beyond documents they provided, nor do they need to worry about the possibility of unexpected default or bad expense. Dr. Herbert trained neural network on more than 100 long applications, mainly focused on the area of occupation, income, years with employers, and age, and etc., which in the end with a high successful rate between 75% to 80%. There is still several limitations associated with neural network. First, the speed of data processing of neural network is still a limitation in current stage, since neural network needs a lot of space for hardware storage. Second, neural network needs training to learn how to function accurately. However, in real-life situation, we're still lacking training data, and sometimes it's hard to decide how much training data is really required. What's more, neural network will not reflect human emotions, but only do the theoretical thinking. In addition, since developing neural network is so costly in the early stage, why do we need to use neural network while we have so many other developed methods? Even though neural network seems fascinating right now, it's still in the early stage of development. So there's still potential left in this technology. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.